welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and today we are going to be taking a look at the BeastKingdom limited edition armored Batman from Batman vs Superman. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. I upload new content constantly throughout the week, so make sure you hit that bell icon so you stay notified when I do upload new videos. And if you guys want to support the channel in any way, all I ask is that you guys watch my videos from start to finish, as well as going ahead and hitting that like button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and check out those Amazon affiliate links linked down below. There you'll find all sorts of cool figures, as well as stuff associated to toy photography and so much more. And join me every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast, where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, releases, pre-orders, and so much more. As always, the information on this channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And before we get started, I do want to say thank you so much to this channel's sponsor, BeastKingdom Store. Check them out for your Funko Pop, anime, and Pokemon card needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. BeastKingdom Store. Check them out, guys. So with all that out of the way, once again, we're going to be taking a look at the BeastKingdom limited edition armored Batman from Batman versus Superman. So I'll be honest, guys, I do not know when this guy was released. He could have been released last year, the year before that, or 3 years ago, or the year Batman v Superman was released, and I wouldn't know. But I was cruising the BeastKingdom website, as I tend to do on a late night or bored lunch break, and I happened to come across this guy. And how in my bat loving mind could I have said no to this guy? I mean, look at him. He just looks immaculate. Now, there are flaws that I will go over during this video, but in terms of aesthetic and looks, he is a 20 out of 10 in my opinion. He just looks amazing, and especially in the sense that I use BeastKingdom figures. I don't technically use them for toy photography too much. I tend to just use them as display pieces, more as like mini hot toys in a way, because one, I don't have the space for hot toys, and two, I don't have the money for hot toys. So I compromise and I buy BeastKingdom, which is a pretty decent compromise in my opinion. Obviously, they're not perfect. Don't get me wrong, they're not perfect. But for the price you pay, you get a nice 1/9 scale 9-inch figure with a bunch of accessories and cool stuff. Most of them come with cloth capes, and the two Joker figures that I have actually come with soft good clothing. So very good, and they also come with a bunch of accessories too. So a lot of good stuff to come from BeastKingdom, despite some of their flaws. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at all the stuff this guy comes with. So I definitely love Ben Affleck's Batman, so I definitely had to pick this up. Hey guys, let's go ahead and take a look at all the accessories that this guy comes with. So first off, he does come with a little baggie, and actually, like I mentioned before in the first, or at the beginning of this video, this guy is a limited edition version, and I'm saying that for a reason, because there's another version that isn't a limited edition. It's just the standard version, and the cape, it's not soft goods cape and wired. It's actually just a plastic cape that just drapes down. There is also another version that came with a battle damaged head sculpt, after Superman punches him after the Kryptonite wears off, but this one didn't come with it. And the standard version with the plastic cape actually came with his grapnel gun, but this one instead came with a little baggie of batarangs. So, and they're actually, hear that? Die cast. They're actually die cast, guys. Listen. So they're all metal, which is really cool, and you do get 3 of these, so that's pretty cool. You of course get 5 hands, so you get a pair of open hands. There's the bottom, there's the back. You do get a pair of fisted hands, of course. Batman's always getting down with the bad guys with his fists. Definitely need that to fight Superman as well. And he does come with a pair of small C-grip holding hands so that you can hold the batarangs or the staff, the Kryptonite staff. And he does also come with a trigger finger holding hand to, hold the gun. So that is all the hands that he comes with, but that is not all the accessories he comes with. We'll take a look at the accessories that he has on him after we finish with what he doesn't. So he does, of course, come with a base, much like all the other BeastKingdom figures do as well. Sorry, guys, I had to clean my dog's hair off it already. So here it is. Now, Beast Kingdom seems to think they make 6-inch figures because this stand, as you can see, it is angled upward already because this doesn't fit a 9-inch figure as well as you would hope. It's more for like a 6-inch figure. Like I said, it's not that tall of a stand, and it barely reaches its waist. Like, you really have to tip it, up and hope that it grabs on and whatnot. So that's my only concern and gripe with Beast Kingdom stands. But on the other hand, they do have beautiful bottom pieces. Here you can see the Batman v Superman logo right there, and you can see that it says Armored Batman on the bottom. So all the figures that come with these stands do have the movie logo right there on the stand itself, as well as their name on the bottom. So despite it not being made for him, it still fits him perfectly. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pull the gun off of him first, because I believe that will be probably the easiest thing. Yep, it just slides right off. So pulling it forward, here is the gun, as you can see, nicely done in some gunmetal with a little dry brushing on there. No moving parts at all. You would think this slides forward, but it doesn't. The stock doesn't move, so no moving parts on it at all, but it is very nicely well done and detailed. It is a soft plastic, so it is slightly movable and pliable, but other than that, no real concerns from me. It looks really good. I really like it. So last but certainly not least, we are going to take a look at, of course, this beautiful Kryptonite staff. Now this thing isn't, I don't know if it's die cast, but it's heavy and it's sharp. It poked the shit out of me when I pulled it out of the box and I dropped it. But I absolutely love it, and the way they made the Kryptonite look at the tip, it's just really cool. I'll probably be using this in toy photography more than the actual figure, to be honest, in my pics and whatnot. So look out for this staff later on in later toy photography pics, aside from the ones coming from the review of this guy. But yeah, all in all, just a very nice staff, very nicely detailed. I don't think we ever get a really good look at the staff in the movie, so I'm pretty sure this is what it looked like, all black and whatnot. And of course, the Kryptonite at the tip right there, all sharp and jagged and whatnot. So really cool accessory to have. I'm surprised I don't have one already with all the Batmans I have, but now I have one. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and pull this guy forward so we can take a closer look at all the beautiful detailing that he has. So as you can see, guys, he does have a shiny gloss finish to him. That's on all of basically the armored parts. As you can see, his joints are a bit loose on the knees, so they don't really hold him up too well, and that's one of the gripes I have with these Beast Kingdom figures, is that some of them tend to feel a little cheap. Not all of them, but some of them do. Thankfully, the shoulder pads hide the insertion points, because if not, I mean, look at how ugly that looks. I mean, that's the one thing I have to admit. Beast Kingdom figures have ugly shoulder insertion points, but Batman can always hide them pretty well, since his costume usually has shoulder pads and whatnot. So yeah, that's really the only gripe I have, guys, and that's what I was mentioning earlier about it feeling a little cheap and whatnot. So as you can see, like, it just exposes everything. So it's just not the coolest thing. But aside from that, like I said, aesthetically pleasing and looking, it is, well, aesthetically pleasing. So I do like him for what I'm going to use him for. Like I said, I don't really use him or plan to use him for too much toy photography, maybe once or twice here and there for special one-off images, where you can probably find him at Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. But he's basically just going to be a posable statue on my shelf. So anyways, guys, taking a look at him, he is all nicely armored up, much like he was, or not much, but exactly like he was in BVS. This is the armor that he wore, and like I said, it does all have that shiny metallic looking coat to it. So that's really cool. So with all that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy's articulation. His head can turn all the way to the right, all the way to the left. His head can look down that much. His head can look up a little bit, not too much. A little bit of head tilt wobble. His arms do go out all the way. And so here they are inserted. As soon as you open them up, they actually extend out a little bit more. You do get 360 rotation at the shoulder right there. You do get it has a cut for bicep swivel, but you don't really get bicep swivel. You get double hinge elbows, but they're very hindered because the wrist gauntlet hits his bicep right there. You get rotation at the wrist, and it's a ball joint which can go in all directions. In terms of waist articulation, there's none. There's no ab crunch either. This guy can can't join the cheerleading squad because his armor plating prevents him from kicking out too far. And as you can see, kick him out, and they basically just fall back into place. So not too good. But other than that, he can kick out that far. He can kick back that far. Does come with double hinge knees, but his thick calf hits his thick hamstring. Batman's too swole. You do get a bit of a thigh swivel up here. No cut though. Whoops. Yeah, guys, that actually happened to me out of the package. Like right when I got him out of the package, I moved around his ankle and it just popped right off, and I was like, oh, but thankfully it just pops right back in. So no real ankle pivot downwards or articulation downwards. That's as far down as it goes because the back of his heel hits the bottom of his armor plate right there. It does go up slightly right there. You do get a bit of a rocking motion with the ball at the bottom, but as you can see, if you move it too much, it does pop right off. You do get a little bit of toe articulation, but not too much either. And I did want to mention that the bottom of the boots are spiked, much like his armor in the movie and in the comic book, so that is accurate as well. And he does come with a wired soft goods cape, so you can do all sorts of great fun, crazy stuff with it. Real quick, guys, I wanted to cut in because while I was editing, I realized I forgot this part. But since we're talking about the cape right now in the review, I just wanted to point out that the bottom does have a little bit of coating to make it look like it's been rubbed in the dirt and, you know, dragged around and whatnot. So that's just a really cool little detail that I wanted to add in and throw in. And I don't know if it's actually coming out on camera, if you can tell the difference from here to here. But yeah, I noticed it, and I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention as well. So back to the review. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy, and we'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out. If you like what you see, leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of this figure or any of the other toys I do reviews on for this channel, check me out on TikTok at CoolFigurez, because that's where I do all my unboxings. Because when I get a new toy, guys, I am like a child and I cannot wait to rip it open, so I just do it real quick on TikTok and upload it. So check me out at CoolFigurez. And once again, guys, thank you so much to this channel sponsor, Beaver. And join me every Sunday for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, releases, pre-orders, and so much more. And before we go, I just want to say thank you once again to this channel sponsor, BeastKingdom Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, and Pokemon card needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. BeastKingdom Store, check them out. And with that being said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.